Hello and welcome everyone. I'm back after missing the Bayern Leverkusen game. I'm back doing my match takeaways and wow, what a result, what a weekend again so far. Well, turning out to be for Liverpool anyway. Obviously there's still Sunday left, but so far what has happened has been brilliant. Manchester City lost, Pep Guardiola's fourth consecutive defeat in a row now. And on top of that, Liverpool won, which is obviously the most important part. Liverpool are now top of the Premier League. They will head to the November international break, top of the Premier League, no matter what happens. So, whatever happens on Sunday, it doesn't affect us because Liverpool will stay top. And by the way, I spoke about this on the Anfield Index podcast with Dave Davis. The last time that happened was in the 2019-20 season when Liverpool obviously ended up winning the Premier League. Obviously, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Liverpool have a great lead at the moment, as they did during the November international break in 2019. But a lot can still happen. This is going to be a long season, and there's going to be plenty of challenges yet for Liverpool in the Premier League, in the Champions League. But right now, it's looking good. Top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League. What else can you really ask for? I mean, I know what I could ask for. A new contract for Mohamed Salah, and I think a banner in the Kop was asking for that as well. And what a day to ask for it! Or well, it's always a good day to ask for it. But this game, I think in particular, really sort of summarised why Liverpool need Mohamed Salah to sign a new contract. Um, he's kind of just aging like Benjamin Button at the moment. The speed that he sort of counter-attacked Aston Villa with was ridiculous. I mean, he doesn't look 32 years old. He looks at the prime of his powers, really. He looks 26. He looks as fast as he ever has for Liverpool. He obviously got the assist for Nunez's goal, then took his goal brilliantly, and that means he's got 10 assists now this season on top of 10 goals. So he's already in double figures for both. And, we are just at the beginning of November. I think that is pretty ludicrous, even for Salah's standards. But let's talk about some of the other players because this wasn't just about Mohamed Salah. I thought Darwin Nunez came in and he did really well. He took his goal well. It was a great finish. Took it round the keeper and just managed to stay composed. Then he had another chance in the game. He didn't quite manage to get that composure, but it is what it is. That is Darwin Nunez that we sort of have become accustomed to seeing at Liverpool anyway. Um, Defensively, I think, you know, Liverpool used to have one of the world's best players when it comes to defenders. I'm going to argue Liverpool now have two of the world's best defenders. Ibrahim Konate, another brilliant performance, just simply sensational again. He won all of his duels, 5 out of 5 duels won. Um, Made the most clearances in the game, the most sort of everything really. It was a brilliant performance, 93% pass completion rate. Um, Made the lot of interceptions, won 100% of his tackles. It was just brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. On other side, there's a little bit further ahead of him. There's Ryan Gravenberch, who again was brilliant in this game. Made the most interceptions, won the most duels in midfield. I think he completed the most dribbles as well, joint with someone else I'm going to mention a little bit later. But there's some really positive performances here, and I think this game is probably one of those where you can't really criticize anyone. I think everyone did their job really well. Even the substitutes who came on, um, Connor Bradley was good when he came on. He did well considering the circumstances and considering Villa are a tough test. They are a tough side. They've got really good offensive players, the likes of John Duran who came on, but also Morgan Rogers, Aaron Ramsey, Ollie Watkins, all of these players, they're really good. Sorry, Jacob Ramsey, that is Aaron Ramsey's his brother. But they're all really good players. And um, Bradley had to come in under tough circumstances, obviously Trent going off, and he did really well. So credit to him. I think um, Yeah, there's no criticism here. Everything is positive, and I can't remember the last time this has happened with Liverpool. It doesn't really happen that you can't criticize anyone. I want to give a special mention to Luis Diaz. Um, Obviously, he got the hat trick midweek, which I didn't get to react to, unfortunately. But this time around, it was a bit of a different Luis Diaz. He was tracking back. He was making really important contributions defensively and offensively as well. Like he was making runs forward. Um, that's why I was going to say he had the joint most dribble completions alongside Ryan Gravenberch. So yeah, he was making those contributions going forward too. He won the most duels in the game, just very involved and very active. Um, which is again the Luis Diaz that we know. He's got the speed, he's got that electricity, and he showed that today. I think Andy Robertson as well had a good game, which cannot be said for some of his previous games, and that's why Kostas Tsimikas obviously came in for him. But this time around, I was very impressed, and I think Arne Slot made the right call to drop Tsimikas, bring Robertson in. His experience was crucial. I felt he put in a really good performance. If we're looking at some of the substitutes, I think Cody Gakpo made a big impact. It was nice to see Wataru Endo. We don't normally see him, but it was nice to see him make an appearance. Um, Dominic Szoboszlai, I thought he had his moments. I still think he's not really settled into this season. I haven't really seen the best of him, and even in this game, he was hot and cold. He had a really good dribble um, that could have ended up being an assist if the I think it was Esri Konza who made the sort of interception to cut away from Cody Gakpo. But other than that, yeah, he didn't have his huge standout moments, the moments that I know as a Hungarian that I see him doing for the Hungarian national team. I'm not seeing that Szoboszlai yet, and I'm not even seeing the Szoboszlai that I saw in RB Leipzig, where he was leading as an by example and sort of making the difference in the final third. And I was hoping this Aston Villa game, being the game where he scored his first Liverpool goal, it would be that sort of lift off for him this season, so to say. But we didn't really get it. And I mean, in fairness, he only had half an hour, so it's not the longest time, but still, nonetheless, I'm still expecting more, and I'm hoping he'll come back to the national team. He'll sort of probably have a few games. I mean, fingers crossed, he'll have a few games for Hungary, and then he'll come back refreshed, and he can really kick on, starting from mid-November and December, when there's going to be a lot of games and a lot of important games as well for Liverpool, and we really need him to be at his best, I think. But yeah, overall, back to this game. Just looking at the numbers on my computer here, Liverpool completely dominated. 63% possession, 538 passes compared to just 279 for Aston Villa. It was an absolute dominant performance. And I think the interesting stat for me is just two corners for Liverpool. Aston Villa had nine. And Liverpool really benefited from those corners that Aston Villa had, actually. I'm not sure who their set piece coach is, but it seemed like every single time Villa had a corner, Liverpool had a counter attack, and maybe Liverpool should have got a few more goals from those situations. But look, at the end of the day, Liverpool are top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, 5 points above Man City now. There's not much to complain about. I think if there are two sort of things to end on, hopefully Trent Alexander-Arnold's injury isn't serious. It would be nice if he could miss the international break, but he'd be back in time when Liverpool come back from that international break. Hopefully, he'll be fit for the Real Madrid game, which is a very important game. Um, and the other thing, just FSG, please listen to that sign on the banner in the Kop. Give Mohamed Salah that contract that he deserves. We all want to see that happen. And I think on that note, I'm going to end it here. What a night and what a weekend again for Liverpool. Enjoy it, Reds, while it lasts.